So here we have an M60 in VR. It's a mod. I don't know where that went, but it's part of a fun mod, but to basically start up this bad boy. No, I cannot. I just wanted to know. But yeah, just start up this bad boy. You just open the little LMG hatch, machine gun hatch. Put the belt in. You're supposed to put it right there, but it's a mod, so what do you expect? Close that down, chamber around, and you're ready to cook. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Origin G Reaper here today, and we will be talking about the PMC mod loadout in Contractors VR. Now, you might be wondering, Origin, what in the world is Contractors VR? Well, TLDR, Contractors is a team-based competitive multiplayer shooter game for virtual reality devices, or simply Call of Duty VR. It's very similar due to the movement and jump to play. Very similar. Now we got that out of the way, let's talk about PMC. PMC stands for Private Military Company. That has nothing to do with the mod, and I just wanted to put that in for a fun fact. But PMC Loadout is a mod that turns Contractors VR into a Milsim VR type game. So basically think of Onward, but with consistent updates. And just better. Honestly, Contractors with this mod is so much fun compared to Onward. Onward was never fun. I don't know how people actually enjoyed that game, but I won't get into that. Now, PMC changes 3 components of Contractors VR. That being loadout and weapons, gameplay and movement, and an interesting one, day and night engagements and battles. So, without further ado, let's start with the loadout and weapons. Your options for weapons are vast yet simple, ranging from rifles to lever actions to 50 cals to ballistic shields to pump actions to MLGs to bolt actions. There's a wide variety of weapons to choose from, and the attachments are also vast as well, for the most part. Not that long ago, I believe it was actually a today update, January 4th, where they took out hybrid sights for a lot of assault rifles, which is kind of sad, but I can't do anything about it, unfortunately. But besides that, wide variety of attachments, which gives you a great option for custom personal kits, as I'll call them, that make it unlikely that 2 people will run the same loadout. Most of the time, I run a suppressed DD M4 with a triangle grip. Used to run it with a hybrid sight, but now I run it with a different sight. I don't remember the name. And that was my primary, and for my secondary, I ran a suppressed Glock 17 And when it came to accessories, I had a GP NVG 18, or the four, or the quad nods, as a lot of people call them. And I always had bandages and no throwables because the suppressors and I also use armor penetrating rounds in my primary, so no throwables. But I'll get into the bandages and night visions on those other points. But when it comes to choosing your primary weapons, you also need to be cautious and aware of what weapons can do what. For example, for some weapons they can jam, and some weapons can overheat, causing a jam. But those are actual mechanics in this mod. Like in the beginning of this video, when I was shooting the PPSH, it jammed a lot. Very, very frequent jams. Because, well, it's a higher fire rate. And so, some SMGs are more prone to jams. And other weapons, like LMGs, are more prone to heating up. Which is very cool. Great attention to detail, but when it comes to certain engagements and battles, it's ideally not what you want. So when it comes to like the PPSH, you would want to use that for like close quarters, quick engagements, and not long, drawn out engagements that are more medium to far distances. Around that point, you would want to use an assault rifle or DMR or a battle rifle. So you would have to be super cautious when it comes to which weapons you choose. And also, I have no idea why I sound like I am very sad in that last recording. Ignore it. I am 100% fine. Now that I say it like that, it doesn't sound like I'm fine, but trust. Anyways, moving on from that weird tad bit. The gameplay and movement. The gameplay and movement has been changed from a run and gun type of game to a more logistic and careful thinking type. You know, with a lot of your Call of Duties, you're running and gunning and you're not really holding anything and you're not camping. Because, let's be honest, camping in Call of Duty's games is one, pointless, and two, unfun. But in this game, or mod, apologies, in this mod, it's very, very much more holding the front line, staying in one place, and I'm just realizing how bad my aim right there was. Jeez Louise. But anyways, I lost my train of... Oh, holding the front line, camping. That is the main gameplay of this, and more also coordinating with your team on where to hold, which angles you guys are holding, where the enemies are coming from, because the enemies are pushing, not camping, pushing. So depending on what team you're on, you're either holding / camping or pushing / rushing. And it's really fun. One thing that's also changed drastically is healing. The healing in the base game of Contractors is automatic, but in this mod, it is no longer automatic. But you do have healing items to heal yourself with, like bandages or a medkit. And there are specific healing items, like splints, that heal specific damages, like a broken leg. So, if you didn't have any of these specific healing items, like the splint, and you broke your leg, you wouldn't push or attack, as, well, for your broken leg, you're super slow, even slower than walking speed. It's annoying. That was a crazy shot I just hit. I'm realizing this now. I played these clips a while ago, and I thought nothing of it up until the thing, so... of recording, so it's crazy, but... anyways. Yeah, healing. You tend not to push as much. If you have certain healing items or you don't have certain healing items, you stay more back. And the point of that is so you make more logical thinking. I almost said thoughts, thinking. And also makes you coordinate with your team. Hey, I want to do this. What do you guys think? And they're like, oh, I don't have the facilities to do that, big man. And a new plan has to come in. So, very cool mechanic. I love it. Most of the time. Sometimes I don't, because in the heat of battle it kills me all the time, but that's just a skill issue. I am by no means a great gamer. I suck at this game. I just really love the guns and the mechanics of this mod. And I thought I just needed a shard, but that's a whole tangent and I'm getting off track. Let's just get back on track. Now, another thing you also have to be aware of is your ammo and armor. So the ammo part also coordinates with your armor. So for both your no armor and medium armor, you have 4 slots for mags and pouches. The pouches hold, shotgun shells, cartridges that go for a lever action, and also, if I'm correct, holds clips. Yes, I know the difference between a clip. ARs take mags and M1 Grands take clips. I know the difference. I promise. I'm not that stupid. I am stupid, but not that stupid. Anyways, you have 4 slots for your primary, and you have 2 slots for your secondary. And this, like I said, is for both your medium armor and your no armor choices. Now, your medium armor has, of course, your basic armor. Basically, it's basic armor. You're gonna take a few rounds that, of course, you can take, and like here, I took an RPG round. I'm good, as that's my medium armor. Just kidding, I didn't actually tank that. That did not hit me whatsoever. I actually hit the corner. Trust. I don't know why I said trust on the hitting the corner and not me. It clearly did, as I still survived. I'm pretty sure if anyone tries to don't take a RPG round, they will not. But getting sidetracked again, your medium armor has, of course, the balance of pros and cons. Of course, your stamina is fair, and your tanking of medium to low calibers is also fair. Of course, you're going to tank a lot more lower caliber rounds than medium caliber rounds. Medium caliber rounds, you're obviously gonna take a few in and then you're dead. Lower calibers, you're gonna take a lot more and then you're dead. But the difference when it comes to no armor and medium armor is no armor, you do not have any armor. Of course, it's in the name, no armor. What'd you guess? No armor means no armor, but the upside to that is your stamina and the speed of both walking and running are drastically faster and longer. So you could be running or walking at a fast pace for a lot longer. Like I said, the downside to no armor is, well, of course, the fact that you have no armor, so you're gonna be taking a lot more significant damages from lower calibers. So say you're running and you got it and you think you're the greatest on the game mode, and you turn a corner and there's a guy with a pistol in his hand holding a Colt 45 ACP, and he shoots you and you're dead. Well, that's because 45 ACP is God's round, and you had no armor to show that it wasn't, and now you're dead. And the guy holding the Colt, 1911 Colt, is cool for having 45 ACP in a war zone. Makes no sense, but there it proved all of his buddies wrong for making fun of him, and you are the sole reason why. I hope you're happy with that thinking. Anyways, got a little heated in the passion there. I apologize. But back onto our topic. your no armor is you're just gonna take a lot more damage from 9mm, 45 ACP. I don't know if there is 22 in this game mode, but if there is, you'll probably get a lot more damage from 22 as well. Even though 22 does, well, it does still do stuff in real life, but it's so small that, I mean, cops used it as less than lethal rounds a while ago. Yes, the cops were based back then. It was pretty cool. Anyways, we're getting sidetracked again. Anyways, that is the downside of having no armor. Now, the other choice you have besides medium armor is heavy armor. Who would have guessed? Now, heavy armor, of course, has the benefits of taking less damage from lower to medium-sized calibers. So you're gonna just tank a lot more medium calibers, and you're gonna tank even ton more of lower calibers. Heavy calibers or larger calibers, not so much. I'm guessing it's more for game simplicity. There is actual armor out there in real life that can take 50 BMG, but of course the heavy armor in this game does not take 50 BMG in my experience. Keyword in my experience, maybe someone has taken 50 BMG to the test and like, okay, you mess with the wrong person. But yeah, heavy armor takes a lot more, can sponge a lot more bullets, and cool upside to it is you get 2 more primary slots, so you can hold 2 more pouches or mags or boxes for your LMGs. As you know, if you're wearing heavy armor, might as well run an LMG, right? I mean, that's what I tend to do when it comes to running a heavy armor set. I tend to run an LMG, which is pretty fun. LMG's fun with the heavy armor, but I rarely do those, so yeah, it's more of a preference than a gameplay move. Now, one of its upsides is also one of its downsides. Now, the upside is you get a face shield. So, say you were in that scenario again. There was a guy with a 1911 Colt 1911, and you turn the corner with your face shield down. And he's like, "Oh, my 45 ACP come in handy today," and he shoots you right in the face. But since your face shield is down, it tanked that 45 ACP. And you shot him, and you proved to all of his friends that yes, he was in fact crazy for carrying a pistol in an active battleground where a lot of people are going to be carrying heavy armor. And you proved to him that 45 ACP was not God's caliber, and everyone's crying of laughter that he's dead for being an idiot. Anyways, face shield can, of course, save you with a lot of face shots. That sounded a bit odd. Trust me, I'm talking about guns. Shoot. Yeah, that's what you do with guns. You shoot. This is weird. This has devolved a bit. I'm not gonna lie. I have been just going crazy. Crazy? I was crazy. Okay, let's get back on track. So the face shield you need to bring down in order for it to actually be useful. If you're not wearing the face shield down, of course you're not going to tank that 45 ACP, and you're going to prove that guy who had the 45 ACP that it was God's round. And our sole purpose is to prove that guy that he is wrong. We have a strict vendetta against that guy. Of course, 45 ACP is God's caliber, but in an active war zone, 50 BMG is God's caliber. Let's be honest. Even, well, no, not really. 5.56 is God's caliber, as it's going to say to help you a lot. Now, the downside, of course, of wearing your face shield is you don't get to use NODs, night vision goggles, as, you know, that shield is in place of your night vision goggles. So it comes very hard for pushing darker rooms or buildings. So, yes, very annoying. But in the slightest, and that's the point of this goal, is to annoy you in so small places. It's just good, I guess. Now, Now that we're on the subject of night vision goggles, let's talk about the interesting part about this mod, which you love it or hate it. I'm whatever about it, which is rare, I guess. A lot of people rather love it, a lot of people rather hate it. I personally find it okay. I have fun with it. Sometimes I don't. That's just how it is. This mod's a work in progress. I know there's gonna be quirks and it's quirky, and I called it quirky. I'm going to kill myself. Not really, but we'll talk about the day and night engagements, which I have a clip of here. You get no smooth transition, just straight into the next clip. That was pretty cool. That took me a little longer than it needed to. I've never really done editing as heavily as this video, even though it's very minimalistic. Anyways, we're sidetracking a lot. But what you're seeing here is only one eye of the night vision goggles, which super realistic. Of course, it is dark all around the screen besides there, and when you take it off, you can still see. It's not like it's making your whole screen. And cool thing about that is, as you saw that light right there, it also has the peripheral, like in real life. So if you're wearing night vision goggles in real life, your whole face isn't green, or in this case, a little bluish. You're gonna see what I am seeing in VR. Of course, this is only my right eye, so you're seeing what my right eye is seeing, and that is two lenses from the quad knots, or the four lens, what is it called? The four lens night vision goggles. So, yeah, the more unique side of this mod, which, like I said, it's a hit or miss for a lot of people, and for me, it's there. I play it sometimes, not that much because it is wonky. The night vision is a little wonky. It's a bit delayed, but it's still a lot of fun, and I have so much fun with it. I don't know why I lost my throat. Anyways, while you have the options of wearing knots during the daytime maps, I don't really recommend it. Obviously, the sun's out and it's very bright, so your nods are pointless. Kind of. Your nods can be very helpful when clearing dark rooms or buildings. In that case, but when you do that, I don't know why I said in that case, but when you do that, I do recommend using your one tube to one tube nods, which is basically just one night vision goggle on one eye, the one to one tube. And that's what I'm going to be referring to some of these nods as. So I wouldn't recommend the two tubes to two, or two tubes to two tubes. I don't know if I said lens or tubes. I'm going to say lens. I'm going to stick with lens. But I usually recommend the 1-to-1 lens and not the 2-to-2 lens, as the 2-to-2 take up more of your vision and the 1-to-1 take up less of your vision. So that's what I recommend during the day battles. Now during the night battles, it's a totally different thing. I highly recommend the quad nods, or the four lens nods, as they give you a lot more room to see in the night. Of course, if you can use the 1-to-1 lens or the 2-to-2 lens, but you're not going to be seeing a lot more. And of course, you're going to be using the 1-to-1 lens, you're going to constantly keep one eye closed. So not ideal for a lot of things, but the quad nods are helpful in so much things. Of course, you can still take them off in bright rooms where there's bright lights. And yeah, the night vision's beautiful, in my opinion. Of course, like I said, there's still that delay, that choppiness, but I still love the night vision goggles. I think it is a great attention to detail, very realistic, and very, very cool. And I'm pretty sure Onward's night vision goggles aren't like this. The last time I played, which was years ago, I'm gonna be honest, it was years ago. Let's see, I got the quest when I worked my first job, so I want to say 3 years ago. My Quest is 3 years old. Jesus, I want to say three. Yeah, I played Onwards about 2 years ago. No, 3 years ago. No, 4 years ago. I don't know. Anyways, I'm divulging a little too much. Night vision goggles, great. They did have thermals, but the thermals were super wonky. They didn't work properly, so they're no longer in the game right now. But I do believe there is plans to have thermal optics in the game. I'm pretty sure there are some thermal optics in the game, but as of right now, there is not. And the thermal headset or the thermal goggles are not in the game. So we'll just have to wait to the future to see those. And trust me, if when those come out, you will see a video about it as soon as possible, hopefully. But yeah, that's really all about PMC. Great mod. I honestly do recommend the Rush maps when it comes to this mod. I'll talk more about the Rush mod in the next video that I will be making. Trust me, I promise it will come. And this is my first video restarting YouTube, and trust me, I'm gonna actually focus more on these videos. I promise. I have thought of what I like to do, and I'm going to stick to it. Trust me, this will be more active, I promise you. But yeah, in my next video, like I said, I'll go over the rush mode and maps, as it's a pretty fun mod and it goes very well with PMC. So you'll see a lot of PMC weapons in that, and you'll see more of PMC in the rush video, which I'm not sure when we'll release, but hopefully within the end of January or the beginning of February. So yeah, that's all I have. I hope everyone has a great morning, day, evening, or night, and I will catch you in the next video. Later.